Okay, I don't know what happened to my last recording, but I did a whole review of this. I guess I can do it again. This game is 20xdx, and I gotta say, normally Steam Early Access is a breeding ground for the most bogus, bullshit, unplayable slop of trash heap you've ever seen. This is not a game like that. This is Mega Man meets Binding of Isaac. In fact, the character designs are so similar, I bet you probably thought that was Mega Man for a second. No, this is Nina, one of two playable characters in 20xdx. You can play as her, or you can play as Ace. Ace is our Zero knockoff. And basically, the idea is that this is Mega Man X. But it's not just Mega Man X. It's a roguelike Mega Man X with randomized stages. Like, the boss is the same, the bosses are the same, but and they still have weaknesses, but they're randomized. And you've got to clear the game in one life. You also get these augments which help you. You can buy augments here that you've already unlocked, and you can buy augments here that you will unlock as soon as you get them. And we'll take the Nut Whisperer. This is definitely one of the greats. I was originally wanting to buy Mega Man Legacy, but when I saw this in the store after I typed in Mega Man, and this was like the second thing that came up, I knew that this was a game changer. This was something. And it is. Like, I'm not really the biggest Mega Man fan, but holy shit, this is amazing. It feels like I'm back on my Super Nintendo. And I'm really, really glad to see that indie developers are finally making games in 16-bit, and not that 8-bit, because, let's face it, 8-bit games are gotten really old. It's like, especially for me, they got old for me quick, because 8-bit games are not nostalgic for me. I grew up on the Super Nintendo. I was in the 90s. I didn't see an 8-bit game until I was, like, in high school, and even then I played them on emulators. Mostly the Metroid games and a little bit of Final Fantasy. So this is far more nostalgic to me. And the controls are very smooth, very responsive. It's fun to blow things up. I hadn't heard about this in any blogs or gaming sites or anything, so I'm guessing the word has not really gotten out, but I'm getting it out right now. This is, like, waiting for Capcom, because it's obvious Capcom doesn't care. If you want a Mega Man experience, even if you don't like Mega Man, you just want a fun action game. Well, I'm looking at one right now. This is... One of my favorite things about this is this game has heart. There's actual effort put into it. They didn't just copy Mega Man and call it a day. Which is really great, because I'm getting tired of all the castles in the darkness out there that think that they can just throw in a few comments about how it's dangerous to go alone, take this, and some stages ripped right out of Zelda or Castlevania, and then call it a day. I want to see more developers like this one who actually care about the finished product, actually care about delivering an experience that not only homages the original thing that inspired it, but sort of does its own thing, making its own twists on it, bringing out what made the original so great, and sort of making that just something new. Oh yeah, and you can get a power here, or you can get an augment, but I've never really seen the purpose of getting the augment over the power. Maybe you can only carry so many powers. I don't know, I've never had more than 3 before I died. And like I said, the levels are randomly generated, so it's a different stage each time. Like, the bosses are always the same, but it's a different level. I'm really glad to see games like this that have heart. I mean, even though it's trying to be Mega Man, it's not just an outright copy paste. There was effort put into this. There's love behind this. They didn't just shit a game on there and said, hey, if we copy this, we'll be popular. I really hope that this game ends up getting popular. Like, this deserves to get famous. Whoa. Like, if this doesn't make someone's career, then that's just a damn shame. Like, one of the reasons I started doing Let's Plays was because I wanted to highlight some indie games. I wanted to highlight indie games that, for whatever reason, weren't that popular, and I wanted to give them a push, get them out there. And if this gets at least one person to buy a copy of this amazing game, I'm going to be really happy about that, because, wow, like I said, it's still in early access, it's got a few bugs. I actually had to, this is like the first time, I'm not sure if it was with this game or OBS, for whatever reason, OBS recorded like 23 seconds worth of footage, even though I played for like 30 minutes. There's additionally, it also took me, like, sometimes the game wants to take a little bit, like sometimes it'll crash up on startup, but once you get the game running, it seems completely fine. It's mostly just, it takes a bit to actually start up, like sometimes it crashes during startup, but I have not encountered any other crashes outside of that one startup, and even then you can take it out and try again. Eventually you'll get it working. It should take more than 2 tries. You're lucky to take no tries. Force Nova. Like I see, you can get 10 nuts, an augment, or the Force Nova, or the power. Did I just beat the bat? I'm gonna do one video of Nina. This video will keep going until I die. And then I'll do a second video showing off Ace. But if you played Mega Man X, all you need to know is that Nina is Mega Man, and Ace is Zero. Normally I like playing as Zero, but I just like Nina's design better in this game, plus the fact that she's female is a plus with me, because I just like being able to play as a woman in games, because I like feeling like it's me doing this stuff when I play. And, well, I'm a girl, Nina's a girl, sure you'll understand. Yeah, the controls are really smooth. And the challenge feels very fair. I've not yet done a whole round where I beat all the bosses, but eventually I want to, and I think I'm going to have to unlock better augments for that, or just get good. Someone good enough could probably do this without any augments. Come on, I've got a plumber's hat. You should be able to get up there. Wait, oh, fuck. Yeah, I got scared of the enemies, that's why I didn't. Come on. How did I do it? Shit, I actually did it that time, it's just... There we go. If there's a plumber hat in here, I'm gonna... Okay, health. Yeah, health's a little scarce in this game, so... You're always gonna be happy to see it. Oh yeah, you can sometimes get these mini-boss rush rooms, and if you do them without dashing, of course I don't see why you need to, unless maybe you're Ace. But as Nina, you just